Hi there, I'm going to show you a few easy summer salad dressings that you can make with pretty much anything you have in your pantry. I'm going to show you an Italian dressing first. It's super simple. I usually just put it into a jar and shake it up and it's good to go. We'll start with olive oil. I use a light tasting olive oil. It's not super important with these vinaigrette-based dressings, but when I get into the creamy ones, I like the light tasting. It's just, you just don't get the real olive oily taste. So I'm starting with half a cup of olive oil into my jar, and hopefully this jar is big enough. And then I'm going to do a quarter cup of red wine vinegar. Again, hopefully you have most of these things in your pantry already. I always have my pantry stocked with spices. Quarter cup of red wine vinegar, a tablespoon and a half of Italian seasoning. Now I just mix up my own. You can Google online. You'll get a ton of different recipes for just your own Italian seasoning. In this one I have oregano, thyme, rosemary, garlic, parsley, basil, and a little bit of crushed pepper. So I'm doing a tablespoon and a half of that. In it goes. A half a teaspoon of salt and a quarter teaspoon of pepper. In it goes. And you can put in honey if you want or not. I like a little bit of honey in it, so I'm putting 2 teaspoons of honey in it. So we'll just pop that in there. And that's really it. So then we just put the lid on like this. And I would use a little bit thicker jar if I had it, but this one will work too. And just shake it up. Now your Italian dressing, if you want a creamy Italian dressing, you can add in like a teaspoon to a tablespoon of mayo and you'll get a creamy Italian dressing. You can use this for a pasta salad. It would be good on, you know, throw a little bit of artichoke, olives, maybe a little salami in there, some tomatoes, put this on it and you're good to go. You can marinate vegetables in this. Just a little shake. Now I just want, as a basic dressing formula, it is 3-to-1 ratio oil to acid. So your oil can be avocado oil, olive oil, to your acid, lemon juice, lime juice, any type of vinegar. That's the basic formula. You can go 2-to-1, but I wouldn't go much less than that. 2-to-1 oil to vinegar. And there is my dressing. Very simple. Like I said, you can make it into a creamy. It's a great marinade. Super simple to make. Okay, I'm gonna show you another salad dressing, and this one kind of screams summer to me because it goes really well with fruit. So we're gonna make a creamy poppy seed dressing. So I'm gonna start with a quarter cup of a light tasting olive oil. You could use an avocado oil. You could use a regular olive oil if that's all you have. That'd be fine too. And then I am going to add 2 tablespoons of yogurt. You can use Greek yogurt if you don't have any issues with dairy. I'm using a coconut-based yogurt, Yogu, something we have locally here. I try and stay away from the dairy, but if you're good with it, it'll make the same, it'll taste the same. And then we're gonna do a tablespoon of lemon juice. If I can open this. Okay, a tablespoon of lemon juice. And it goes. And 2 tablespoons of honey. Now this is kind of preference. You can put 1 in and see if you like it that way. Add another 1. You might even get up to 3. I'm doing it with 2 tablespoons of honey. Now, if you want to make any of these vegan, you see I'm using honey, just switch out the honey for maple syrup and then it's vegan. And use a non-dairy based yogurt. So that I'm putting in 2 tablespoons of the honey. And then I'm gonna put in 2 teaspoons of poppy seed and a quarter teaspoon of salt. And that's all there is to it. So let's shake it up and we'll see what it looks like here. Again, easy. There's lots of different swaps you can make. You know, if you prefer maple syrup, you can use that right off the bat. If you only have a certain type of oil, use that. This poppy seed dressing, I think of spinach or spring greens with sliced up fresh strawberries, a little bit of goat cheese or feta, maybe a little sliced red onion or marinated red onions and some candied pecans. Would be like a perfect summer salad with this on it. All right, that looks pretty good. And it's just like a creamy poppy seed. Yum. Summer in a jar. So just before I move on to the next dressing, I just wanted to mention on that poppy seed dressing, I sometimes like to add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar to it. It makes it a little more tangy. If you like the sweet, more sweet dressing, leave it as is. I like to add a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar and it gives a little more tang, which is what I like. Anyhow, moving on to the next one, I'm gonna do a honey Dijon dressing. So this one's super simple again, mixing it up in a glass jar again. So I'll just show you how it's done. We're gonna start with a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Again, you can use avocado oil. Those are the two I use the most. I try not to use the seed oils or anything like that. It's not super healthy, but use what you got. To the 1/4 cup of olive oil, it'll be 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, 3 tablespoons of honey. Now you can start with 2 and go from there. Depends what you're using it for. 2 Dijon mustard dressing. You can use it as a dressing. You can use it as a marinade. You can put it in wraps. It would be really good in a wrap. You can add some, add it to some mayo and use it as a chicken nugget or chicken finger dip. Would be really good as well. Lots of things you can do with it. So I added 3 tablespoons of the honey, and I'm gonna just do a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. And that's it. So we'll shake that one up. And again, you can make this into a creamy one by adding some mayo to it. So like I said, the ratio of, a basic vinaigrette dressing is gonna be a 3-to-1 oil to vinaigrette. Add some salt and pepper, add the herbs you want, and super simple. And then you can add things like mayo, honey. They're kind of like emulsifiers. They help keep it together. I mean, you can just shake it up when you take it out of the fridge as well, but they do act as emulsifiers. So this is without the mayo. So this is our honey mustard dressing. Add that to a little bit of mayo and dip your chicken fingers. That'd be really good. Or in a wrap. A veggie wrap would be really good with this in it. A marinade for chicken. Lots of different things you can do with it. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, I'm just gonna show you, last thing I'm gonna show you is each of the dressings on lettuce, just so you can kind of see how it coats the lettuce and what the consistency is. So I'll start with the first one I started with, which was my Italian dressing. And again, like I said, this isn't always a salad dressing. It's good for pasta salad, good for marinade. Marinated vegetables would be perfect, but it's also really nice over top of that, and make it a creamy Italian would be really nice too. Lots of herbs in there, which I love. So that's that first one. Doesn't it look yummy? And then we have the creamy poppy seed. And like I said, I like it with the recipe I gave you. I like it with 1 tablespoon of the apple cider vinegar. And I used a coconut-based yogurt. You can use a Greek yogurt. You get a little more white looking if you use a dairy-based Greek yogurt, but it's yummy just as it is as well. So there's that one with a little bit of strawberries and feta cheese. That would be great. Then we have the honey mustard dressing. This would be good in a wrap, like I said, a marinade. Add it to some mayo and dip your chicken fingers in it. Very good. If I had to pick, I'd probably say the honey mustard is my favorite. But let's see what Tina thinks. We'll get her in here for a taste test. Hey guys, okay, let's see what Deb's done here. All right. So this is the honey mustard?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that one's good. I like that one. Yeah, it's quite tangy, but I do like that. And I think you do need the 3 tablespoons of honey in that one.
I think you're right. I think, you know me, I'm a fry gal. I would mix that with mayonnaise and dip and fries.
Yes, you would. Yes.
All right. No, I like that one. I really like that one. Okay. Yeah, that one's good too.
Yeah, it tastes better with the apple cider vinegar, I think, in it.
Yeah.
My personal preference, but
I'm not a huge poppy seed, but no, I do like that one. It's good. Yeah, it's good. Yep. That one I think would be good like on any salad. I think that is a good base vinaigrette. I like that one. Yeah, if I had to pick, I would probably say this one is my favorite because I would make a batch of it and then use it for other things as well.
Yeah, like wraps would be good.
Yeah, totally.
Salads,
with
fries,
a chicken or something.
Fries or chicken.
Fries,
More
and mayonnaise.
This one would be good in pasta salad though.
That one would be really good in pasta salad.
Anyhow, let us know what you think. Let us know if you have a different use for it. We'd love to know.
We'd love to hear from you, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any of our latest videos. Bye-bye.